Here we go again, you think by now I'd know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Diving at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? My God, don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Diving at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my...
Hello everyone, it's Cathy Zilski. Welcome back to my channel and my weekly live stream. Cathy, that's me, makes a card. Today is where I am live, and as you all know, if you've watched the past couple streams, anything can happen. Today I'm going to try not to break an air conditioner and 2, kill the live stream after 13 minutes. You know, things happen. What are you going to do? Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm here. I'm going to be very careful with my magic mouse today and make sure that I move my pointer so that it is nowhere near the finish button, which is what happened last week. I was doing some things and getting fancy and I just slid it right over and accidentally hit my mouse. The whole live stream went down. However, today we've got some fun things. First, I would like to welcome Mitzi from Altenew. She is going to be here in the chat with us today because I have a couple of really cool things to share with you, exclusive for you today from Altenew. So let's start by looking at the first promotion. Today through the 22nd, you can save $10 off any order of $79 or more at Altenew. So you have to use the code at checkout, which is CathyLive01. Now, I have this information on my blog post today. I will be sending out a newsletter right after this live that has the information again. So if you forget it, you'll get the, you get the thing. And it goes through the 22nd. So this is an exclusive code. It is one-time use only. You cannot combine it with other codes, but you get $10 off $79 or more. So thank you to Altenew. Appreciate that so much. And the second thing today, which just happens to be happening, is there's free shipping. Today is the last day in the US for free shipping on orders over $29. So let's say you want to buy something, but you don't want to go for the whole deal. You can still get the $29 and higher free shipping. And for international folks, you can get $10 off an order of $129 or more. So that might be good for those of you who are, overseas and looking to, get some things, although you cannot stack my $10 off code with that. So it's kind of a wash if you spend that much. Anyway, I wanted to point those out and thank Altenew for that. So it's always nice when they do that for me. So thank you, Altenew, and we're gonna be making something today. And hopefully, like I said, I'm not going to mess it up. You never know. You never know. But this is what I'm using today. And I guess I could get my keyboard out of the way because that's going to cause problems. Okay. Also, we have Beth and Emma in the chat now. Emma doesn't show up as Emma anymore because on my channel, they've changed the, you're basically being seen by your handle. And so Emma, you are what? RTLEGR something. Beth is still Beth. And so they can help also answer questions. And also if Altenew, if you have questions for Altenew, just post in the chat, tag Altenew, and Mitzi can help answer as well. Because oftentimes I will miss things as they come through. But I am going to be using the Gladiolus layering die set. Now this is part of the August release. And I had it sitting and I wanted to work with it. Okay. So, so that's what we're talking about today. And I've done a little cutting ahead of time. Why? Because that's what I do. And that's what I like to do. And it also saves us a little time. So I'm going to get started here by talking about one of the things I love most. Now, you know, the keyhole system. Now, this is actually part of Craft a Flower, but these have the keyholes. I used to be very intimidated by this type of die set with lots of things going on until I started playing around with the keyhole system, which basically helps to line things up. But here's another thing I want to point out. Some of you might be of a particular age. Oh, hi, Bryce. Want to say a shout out. Hey, buddy. We of a certain age have eyes that may not function quite as good as they used to. Now, granted, you know, these are pretty powerful bifocals, but you get this packaging. And if you ever think, I can't really read the packaging, you can always go to the product page on Altenew's website because they have the actual guide that you can click on and make it big. And I actually did that, and I might do it today just so that, you know what, I can see very clearly. But the fact that it's laid out for you and explains how everything goes together, I think that's a bonus. And here's the thing. When I'm starting with something new, I stick to what they are doing and what they are showing. I'm just one of those people that likes to say, if this is what it's going to look like on the package, this is mostly what it's going to look like when I do it too. So that's what I'm doing today. I've pulled a mix of cardstock, some Altenew, some Concord and Ninth. I have everything linked in my description, which is in the YouTube description and also over on my blog. So, shall we glue? Shall we glue and try not to ruin things? Now, if you wonder, what is this gray mat? It's just Tim Holtz Media Grip Mat, and I cut it. I actually cut it a couple years ago with my paper trimmer. And I cut it with my paper trimmer. And then I just use it for things. Thanks to one of my YouTube people, she said, you should glue things on that. I'm like, brilliant idea. So that's what I do. Now I want to talk to you about my preparations for this because so you've got how they go together, but then you can also look, these dies each group the floral elements together. And here's the thing, if you do all your die cutting first and you have it all laid out, you are going to have an easier time the first time you go through. So that's what I did. I looked through the flowers and I thought which one is which, and this is what I did. I put all my pieces in a tray. And then I know they're all laid out just like they are here. And that was how I picked my colors to make sure I had everything right to go. I actually did this yesterday afternoon watching Alien Earth for the second time through. A new series, big thumbs up. Okay, I'm gonna set this back here. I do recommend it. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start gluing, and I have glue somewhere. And then then you can look at your piece here and just follow the direction. Because on here, there is a little part that folds when you get to it. And that, well, we're going to do that when we get to it. So let's get started with gluing. Hi, how are you today? Are you looking forward to fall? I'm going to tell you something. Okay, I'm going to pick you up with my fingers. I am so tired of humidity. And I'm going to zoom in a little here. You know, with the keyhole system, there are numbers on here, and then there are pieces that are designed to cover other pieces, right? So the numbers help. They help people who are challenged with layout and arrangement. So that is another reason I do appreciate it. So but I'm actually going to pick up my vision issue. Okay, so I wish you could see what I'm looking at. I literally just clicked right onto the layering guide that I downloaded the picture and just popped it open, and I can see it clear as day. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, I think I'm zoomed in and I can't see my screen. See, that's where I wish I had more than one screen. Well, I mean, I do, but anyway, let's start gluing. So number 1 is here. The keyhole shapes can be different from time to time, but we are going to come in with number 2, and that is this friend. And all you need to do is glue and line up. Now here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to put a ton of glue on, because there are things in this particular design that we're going to overlap and kind of pull out. So I oftentimes will just stick with that. I'll just put a little glue to get my first guy down. Number 2, line you up and hold. Okay, there we go. Now in another little bin, I have greenery, and I have things rolling on my desk, and I also have my stamens and pistils, and I think that's what they're called, right? So I want to find, and again, this is why it's helpful to have your little guide, because you just look for the ones that you cut. It's this guy, okay? This little guy. And he is number 3. So we're gonna put this friend in. And here, all I'm gonna do is just put a little glue right around here. Pick it up, place it down, and line it up. There is something about building these blooms. I think about, and I'm a product designer. I have never designed something like this because I don't think my brain could wrap itself around, you know. Yeah, I don't have that sort of working bandwidth. Okay, we're gonna go on to layer 4. Let me find you number 4. Okay, so number 4 is gonna go here, and again, I'm gonna line up that keyhole. Okay, I have to concentrate. It is hard to think, but seriously. This is where product designers who make this kind of thing, I think they have to have a true understanding of manufacturing and engineering. I don't have that. I don't have math at all. And those are definitely math things. But here, we're going to put number 4. And this is why I don't want to put glue on here, because this little tip is going to come in front when we get a little further down. But I'll just hold it there for a second. And I guess I could put the little black part on, or it's not black actually, it's Andromeda, but I'll do that. I'll do that next. So there's that piece. All right, now I need to find number 5, which is this, okay? This is number 5. I think I have this maybe in the right color. We'll see. Let me grab some. All right, gluing. Oh, but yes, it's been the most humid summer in Minnesota in years, and my air conditioner is fixed, by the way. I don't know if anyone asked, but it's just been very humid, and that's all. I wish I were a fan of the humidity. I'm gonna hold that right there, but I am not. I am not. Okay, number 5. Now there's an option here, and this is kind of cool. Where is my little mountain fold? There's 2 things I can do. I could use 6B and cover that up, or I can I can fold this down. So I think I'm going to fold this down because it's going to look pretty cool. Now, did I miss the one piece? I do need to pop you on. Okay, hold on here. Come here. I need to glue this on so it appears like it's, you know, on there like that. So I'm going to do that too. This one does need all the glue. Anyway, welcome everyone. I am glad you're here. I'm going to do my best to not break anything and to not kill this live stream while in progress. It's funny too, because I came downstairs and I was telling Dan about what happened and the whole story. And once I was done telling him, which it wasn't a very long story, he said, "Do you hear yourself?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What?" And he goes, you tell me this story where everything goes wrong, but then you tell me how much fun you had. So that's the thing. It's not that stressful. It was fun. I mean, and we even got a card out of it. Oh, we did get a card out of it. In fact, that reminds me, I just wanted to tell you all, let's see, do I have it? The person who, I forgot this, the person who won the card last week, is it this woman? Yes, I did the drawing for last week's card that was all nutty and wild. Sharon Olson Anderson, you are the winner of last week's card. I sent you an email, so if you contact me, I will send you that card. And I forgot that. I'm going to try to do that every week in the live because a lot of my emails go to spam world, and sometimes we don't love that. Okay, see this little guy right here? It's got a little score line, and you're just going to do a little fold down, they're calling it a mountain fold, and then this guy is going to go on here, and that's just going to give it some dimension, like right out of the gate. So hold on here, let me find my little picture. Don't quit your live stream, Cathy. Stay up out of the way. Okay, and there are different, you can do it two ways too. I could also just, glue this guy on, but I think I am going to try it. I'm going to use my bone folder, just to give that a little press down. And then this right here is going to line up right with that where, I guess it does go that way, where the loop-de-doo is on top. I think that's really cute. And I don't think I have to put anything else on it because this is option 1. And you can also do option 2. Let's see. And then this guy, all right. See how this is going to come together? Go right there. Get on there like that. But this is going to come underneath. And I'm just going to hold it and let it glue. All right. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Maybe even a little bit more. Right there. Liquid glue is great. It's going to hold in place. And there we go. All right. Now, you stay here. And I think, did I need one more? I don't think so, because this is supposed to go under, and then that is supposed to hold down. All right. Flower 1 done. We're going to do another. I actually did one off camera to save time. But see how that has a little pop up there? It's a little dimensional. Oh, that's very loud. Okay, I'm going to put that underneath. Now, I'm going to bring in this little guy, okay? And we're going to do the gluing here as well. So those could have been on, but I'm not using those because I went with option A. How are we doing out there? I am concentrating because I must. Okay, same thing. We're going to look for number 2, okay? A little glue. The thing that I love about die cut flowers, now look at this, I wanted to show you, the keyholes are a little different, right? They're just a little different. So you just line them up based on what they look like. Okay, so that's gonna go right there in the center. You can use these for any theme, right? It can be birthday, it can be sympathy, it could be a single bloom. Like I think flowers like this have a lot of flexibility. Now let me find my number 3. Don't let me forget to put the stamen on there too, and I will, or the whatever part's at the end. So here's our number 3. I'm gonna nestle these in. Okay, like that. Yeah, the flexibility of things, that's what I like. There's that shape again, and I'm just gonna hold it right there, okay? And maybe, let me have a little sip of coffee. Just a little. All right, now we're moving on to number 4. And number 4 is this guy. There we go. And again, it tells me where to go with it. And I love that. So we're gonna, oh, you know what? When my glue starts to get mucky on the tip, things are happening down here off that you shouldn't see. I like to do this, little alcohol and wipe. That is literally how I keep it going over time. But that's what was needed today. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if I have any fun stories to tell you other than I like die cuts. I like stacked die cuts. I don't know. I've kind of been in a bit of a stacked die cut phase. You know, things like this, because it's just, yeah, it's fun. I shouldn't zhuzh yet. I will do that when I make the card. All right, so that's the next layer. Then we move on to layer 5. So again, here's an option. We've got, and maybe I'll do the optional this time because it doesn't really make a difference to me. But here, this little guy is going to go on here, and then another piece will go to cover the holes. That's the other thing that I think is really smart, is you get things to cover the holes. Okay. And again, you don't need a lot of you don't need a lot of things. Yes, Amy, that can be true. Alcohol. I've kind of been off. I have been off alcohol for a while. Just took a break from it. I don't know. It's just the sugar that I like. Gotta be honest. Okay, now this guy then can cover up the hole, right? So he goes on top. I don't know why I just decided this part of the flower was a he. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but this will cover up completely. And it gives us this. Now, as you'll notice today, I did no ink blending on my die cuts. And there are people who do so many amazing things with, you know, the ink blending and the layering and all that good stuff. But a lot of times for me, I just wanna kind of let it go. Kind of do it as it is. And then maybe when I do it again, I might get fancier. It kind of goes back to my not wanting to cash a creative check that my body may not be ready to write. That is how I used to feel about building die cuts like this. Not so much anymore. Wait, it does go like that. Yes, it does. Look at that. Now I feel much more confident with this type of thing because I've done it more. I don't know what you guys are discussing, but there's things happening. There's things in the chat. I'll just keep putting these pieces on. I've got a little die cut hair there. There you go. And we will get the black little pieces on, and then we will talk about the buds. I don't know who you are, but I do not need your phone call right now. Okay. Forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and that is what happens. Okay. Okay. Slide you under here, and then you meet right there. Oh, get it? I want to make sure that I have it perfectly lined up. There's a little of this, and I will put my phone into Do Not Disturb for today. Okay, there we go. All right, let us get the other pieces to put on our little friends, okay? Come here, flowers. Come here. Now, in here, I do have these guys. Okay. And so let's figure out how these guys go on. Now, I suppose there's a couple of them, so let's bring you out. This little friend is going to go right onto here, I think. Well, I can just put it where I want it. Little glue and a little guy here. Okay, like that. I think I put it completely in the wrong area, the glue. Maybe that will stay. Yeah, I think so. And then a little bit at the tip. Let me see that one too. Yeah, a little guy up here. Okay. And this is another reason I like having a little fine tip bottle because there's a lot of things happening up here. Okay, and you come on here. So just these little pieces that add that realism, I think is really cool. Okay. Okay, you're there, you're coming out, everybody's happy. You also, when you have these little pieces, you want to make sure that your die cut side down, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's curvy, like that right now is the wrong side up, and I keep flipping it. 50-50 chance, and oftentimes I do mess that up. So, all right, a little more glue here, like that. And we're almost done because I did one of them off camera, and I will show you that one in a second. And then we will have our flowers ready to roll. You come here, like that, and pop you in there, like that. And use the little There we go. Okay, and the last flower, which I did earlier because I thought I'm going to save just a little time today. There are my blooms. Aren't they cute? I've got way more plans than this, trust me. Okay, so those are blooms. Now I need to do my buds. So let's set you guys up here and let's do the buds. The buds are really easy. These two buds go together because they have the same key. Oops, they have the same keyhole. We're going to do that. Okay. The beveled edge. Yes, that sounds like the name of a restaurant where crafters would go to eat. The beveled edge. Oh, I'm going to a restaurant tomorrow with my husband. We have a meeting about getting our garage redone. Our garage is in really, really rough shape and it's probably needs to be done. And I think we're gonna eat in the North Loop. Used to be called the Warehouse District, but they had to change it to the North Loop. It's very exciting in Minneapolis. All right, these have the same hole and they just stack up. So again, we're just getting a little glue, drying it out. Or I mean, when it dries out, it will be clear Connect glue. Lovely glue. You go here. And one more. And we're just about there with the buds and the flowers. So you can kind of see how, well, I will say this. When you go to a product page, there's so many amazing samples, and I always encourage people to see what some of the Ulta New design team has done because they're really, really good and really amazing, and you get so many more ideas. You know what I mean? Okay, so that is that. That's my flowers, and now we're gonna set these aside for a second because I have an idea that was inspired by something I saw, and I'm gonna put you all in here for now because otherwise I will lose you. Okay. And I'm gonna get a piece of paper. Now, normally, I'm going to do a little ink blend. Not much, just a little. Got a brush here. I've got some ink somewhere. Yes, I do. Puffy heart. Let me grab my paper and my mat. Where is my mat? There we go. Okay. Here. All right. Just a little blend today, and it will all make sense in just a minute. So here's my sticky mat. And I've got a piece of cardstock. This is 80 pound, and it is just a half sheet of cardstock. The reason I have this today is because I want to cut a card front with a blend, but I don't want to get any on the edges. I was going to do a 1-layer card, but what happens whenever I try to blend at the bottom of a 1-layer card, it ends up being darker on the edges. Well, I'm going to get around that today by making sure that I blend something that is the size of a panel. So I'll just put a little pencil mark here. One out here, one out here. I'm not going up that high, but this might seem excessive. Like, why wouldn't you just blend, onto the cardstock? But I don't like that edge. And I want this to be nice and soft and smooth on the edges. And so if I do this, I will achieve that. Okay, are we far enough out here? Let's come out a little bit. Does that make sense? Oh, you'll see it. You will see it. It's going to be good. Okay, so Puffy Heart is a perfect mix for this. By the way, the other thing that is great, and I will show you this in case you didn't see this, you'll also get a guide to colors and cardstocks on these. And that's another thing that I love. Even though I might not have all of these colors, it still gives me the guide that I need. And so I just kind of went through some of my inks and thought, hey, this is probably going to look great. But here's why I'm going to like this. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're not going to have any weird edges. Those edges, and what I mean is, you know how it gets darker, right? Like that. And that always happens to me, and no matter what I do. I think ink blending is an art form, and I will not say with confidence that I have mastered that form of art, but I do know some hacks, and I want to have some pink. that matches the tones that I'm using with my cardstock. And then I want it to just blend up softly, like halfway up. Not even the whole way. I'm just going to keep working the ink in. And I think sometimes big brushes are nice for just getting that sort of soft up here kind of deal. And I'm going to keep bringing it up about halfway, okay? Let's see here. Then I bring my die back in. And of course I could cut this by hand too, but I mean, why would I? Gotta use those dies, you know? Okay. Again, darker down here at the bottom. And then coming up. This also is going to give a little grounding for some spatter that I want to do. See, I told you, I got ideas. And we'll see how it all comes together. But this I'm going to glue this panel right onto my note card. I definitely love cut panels that show margins, but sometimes I feel like, you know, it depends on what you're working with. If your core artwork, and here it's these flowers, are bigger than a panel, well, you know, just make a nice whole thing. Amy, you don't have these? Oh, I feel lucky. I have them, and they're very nice. I need to make some room. Oh, I didn't tell you all. This is very exciting. But I have officially gotten the entire closet in this room. It's mine now. All of Dan's things are out. Dan is my life partner, my husband, my main squeeze, my old man. Anyway, I have all this new space for storage, and well, it's pretty exciting. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, that's all we're doing. The other thing that's kind of cool about these brushes, they come with a little storage. You pop it in, and your bristles hover. See that? There's like just a space there, which is kind of cool. So you can put them anywhere. I keep them in a drawer, and they work great. All right, so this is my panel that I'm going to die cut. All right, let me grab. Okay, so I'm going to be using my electric die cut machine. And here's the thing. So I just replaced my cutting mat because I just needed a new cutting mat. Mine wasn't very magnetic. I have moved my die cut machine to be behind me. The die cut cam died. It is no longer there, but truth be told, it's nicer for when I'm creating that I have more room, because you know how it is. You know how you start to, let's do it on the right. Let's do someone that cuts side down. You know how it is when you're trying to get some things done and you don't have room. Keeping my die cut machine behind me has been great. So I guess if you just look at me in the little circle, this is my die cut cam. I'm gonna cut this out. Coffee, delicious. Oh, let me wipe this up before I accidentally. Okay. So now I have a note card base. I have my note card. I'll just use my magnet to pick it up. Excuse me. And now we have a pan. Hold on. Come here. Come here, little friend. Okay, now we have a panel. See, you just swipe things around. But this will fit perfectly onto my note card that I'm going to score and fold. But the good news is it won't have to, it won't take up much more bulk because it's 80-pound weight. Okay. Also, my grandkitty is here today, but he won't come in here. It doesn't matter what I do, but he's somewhere. I think he's under my bed right now. Scoreboard, here we go. He enjoys that. Oh yes, we're getting close to 90,000. I'll tell you, here's the thing. YouTube is no joke, man. It takes a while to build up the people, and move my hand here, don't close the live stream. I'm so grateful for all of my subscribers, because you know what? If people didn't watch, it would just be me here in this room, and that's okay. But it's not really, you know, it's more fun when people watch. And so I'm grateful that people come and watch my channel. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You go back there. I'm going to give this a nice press with my bone folder. Okay. I'm going to stamp on the back of it. Okay. Just so that whoever gets this, you'll have the official seal of Cathy Zilski Enterprises. I don't really have an Enterprises. Oh, I need my scoreboard though. So here I'm going to take a peek just to make sure. I have trimmed it a little bit off, so I'm going to fix that. Okay. I'm going to take a tiny bit, all right? Just a bit, because I cut my cardstock off a little. And I usually do this just to make sure. I mean, look at that thin little baby. Oh, I love this trimmer. I'm just kind of getting used to this. Okay. And we look good from side to side. You know, sometimes too, because I cut things, I cut this on my big paper trimmer. I occasionally cut them off a little. And that's going to be great. Here's another reason scoreboards are good. Hold tight. Because they have a lip, okay? Yes, you can use it to score things, but you can also use it to help you quickly. I think I'm still a little long. Yeah, hold on. You can line things up. This is on me for having, let me stand up to do this. I feel like if I don't stand up, all right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Did we do it? Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah. All right. Back to my point about scoreboards. They help you line things up. And that's something I've been doing since day one. I know some people are really good at this kind of thing. I'm not. I don't know why, but I push it into the corner. I get my tape runner and you add the tape runner. Now let's make sure this surface is clean because I was ink blending on it. Not that it matters that much, but I would like it to stay. Okay. Oh, am I open? Yes, there we go. I just refilled these. I was out for a while. It's a very nice tape runner. I love dot runner in general, but glad to have more of that. Now, here we go. What size is my glass mat? My glass mat. Sorry, now I'm going to peek at and see question. 18 inches by 24. I think it's the 18 by 24. That sounds right. But see how you can just push into the corner and then you know you're lined up. That's it. That's what I like. I like it. It makes me feel good. We're glued on. As long as someone doesn't get your card and think that they're supposed to like peel it back, but most of the time, as long as you give it a good press, it will open nicely, just like that. And there's no extra heavy edge. That's what I wanted. I don't know what is chatting. I've missed a lot of it today because I'm trying really hard not to make any mistakes. Hi, Dana. Good to see my friend Dana here. All right. You go there. So that is that, right? I love it. Okay. There's going to be spatter. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to gather all my spatter elements. That's fine because we have time. Now I bring in my flowers, okay, and my buds. And this will kind of start to dry back a little, but I still wanted to have some of that brightness. And some of the leaves here also have the keyholes on them. And so why this is helpful is it's going to show you which one goes with which. Oh, here, pick these up. I just saw Michelle, you said nice ink blend. I'm horrible at it. Listen, Give your inks a chance to just do what they do. These are dye inks, right? They're really high quality, water-based inks. And what happens is they go into the paper and they continue to sort of soften and blend as they are drying. And it's pretty amazing. You're going to get better at it. I do think brushes in general with bristles have made me a better ink blender for sure. But that is, that's just something that I got better at now because of practice, but also because of the brushes. Now, see these two things here? They go together. And I'm going to show you, where did my little glue mat go? Let's get this out of the way for a second. We're going to glue this together, but we're going to sandwich it. So this little bud is going to be right in there like that. Now, you don't have to use the buds if you're not feeling the buds, but I can't leave the buds. We got to have the buds. Oh, we gotta have the buds. We gotta have the splatter. I have to find my splatter, and I will. But I'm gonna put this on and just kind of line that up on that keyhole, like that. Just let it sit. And there you go. Geraldine, you did a live the other night. It is a thing. You get better at all kinds of things. I remember when I first started live streaming, I was nervous. I was sweating. I could have been sweating because I didn't have air conditioning, but it was mostly because I was nervous. I don't get as nervous anymore. Like right now, I'm not nervous. There have been times where maybe I was a little more nervous, but not today. See how I'm going to cover this up with the glue? We're going to sandwich in the bud, and we're going to hold that and let it be in there. It is pretty, isn't it? Yeah, this is a cool die set. And again, I will remind you at the end about the promotion. It's good to save. I like to save money. When I see sales, I do buy things. I like to save money. And it's nice that Altenew is doing this because, as you know, all the small businesses are dealing with new challenges with tariffs and expenses that maybe they didn't have before. So the sales are good for us and in turn are good for the companies. And we want our companies to stick around because we love our companies. All right. And I'm lucky because, again, as a product designer, I would never be able to make something like this. So that's why it's so fun for me to challenge myself creatively and to try different things. Wait, which way do we go? See, almost did it upside down. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to hold that down. So now we've got this little bud. And I'll let that glue. Amy and I saw someone earlier, Amy, say that we should do a live together. If Amy and I did a live together, I'm pretty sure we would crash the internet. We would bring both of our mojo and our tech glitches to the experience, and you would see nothing. You would just see, I don't know, you would see a black screen. I don't know, Amy, we had some plans, didn't we? It's all good. It's all good. All right. Now, on this particular live stream, I'm not doing a ton of teaching today. I just hope you're enjoying the goodness that is the bud. Hey, bud. I saw you all talking about the buds. And now we're going to line up that and see it covers the bud and sandwiches in the goodness. So we'll let that sit. Okay. How are we doing? We're doing good? We could try it, Amy. You should have me on your channel because you have more. I think you have more. I brought someone in a couple of times when I did my 75,000 live stream. And it was confusing for me, but now I have mentioned that when the time should come that I will hit the 90,000 subscribers, that I will have Dan as a guest on my channel. I'm planning on just sitting Dan right here. He will be mic'd. I will be mic'd and I will be sitting behind him. I won't be on camera, and I'm just going to try to walk him through making a card. That's all we're just going to walk him through. It's definitely got to be something he can handle. We don't want to, overload his brain. because he's getting ready to go back to teaching 5th grade this year, and you know teachers need all the help they can get. So here's the other thing. I don't know what I'm doing for a greeting yet. And that there's so many things I want. I've linked a few things that I may end up using. But before I glue anything down and spatter, I do think I should know what I'm doing. And so here's the thing. I just want you to see the general chutzpah of all of this. And I'm going to just sand a little. I didn't put this in the description box, but I'm telling you, if you're new and you don't have a sand eraser, they're very nice. Like if you die cut something and you have like a little edge that may not be as smooth because maybe, look at that piece that came off. It's a big piece. It's a big piece. So I will do this sometimes it just depends on the pressure of your machine. Be careful though that you don't give yourself a paper cut. I like to do a little cleanup of the pieces. And let's see, I think the tall one maybe I don't think it really matters once we start to get these things together. Is there a third one? Yes, there is. And this one looks like it comes up that way. I think it could be any way you want, but I'm just trying to get started here to show you where things go. And then I'm going to figure out a greeting. I think that little guy's out there. Bud's got to come up here. So Bud, Bud, that could pop on there, I guess. That could come under. Just general layout before I glue. I'm getting the generals in, okay? I love chutzpah. I've used that word my whole life. Probably, Beth, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, so let's imagine that our gladiolas, and this would come up a little higher, and I think we'd need to see a little more green. We're just going to place that down for now. Now I need to think about greetings. Let me grab, I wanted to, hold on just a second. I have a be right back, but I don't think there's any music. Let me see. Hold tight. I've got to find something. It is literally in the next room. So just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Oh, not that one. Oh my gosh. Here we go. There we go. Was the music coming through on that one? I just wanted to make sure. Let me know if it was. I did not find what I was looking for. Hold tight. And where's the white? Okay. I'm not finding my white gouache, and I really want my white gouache today. So I may have to dig for that, but I want to show you a couple things. Okay. Here's the thing. Sometimes you know how you have something and you think it would be really fun to use. I'm going to show you one. I have a whole little tray of the One Go sentiment strips. Now, some of these are sold out, and that's why I didn't want to like bum anyone out if you don't have the ability to get these. But I forgot to tell you, these are some of my favorite things to work with because of how, gosh, you know what? I really like this idea of having one of these. I'm going to set this aside. The other thing I wanted to try just to see what it looks like is a greeting from another stamp set. So you can always, where's my gouache? I need that white gouache. And well, you know what? I can go back and look for it. But I have this stamp set and I wanted to show you because I thought this was really sweet, and I don't know if it's too big or not, but I wanted to show you the greeting. I have a lot of products. Thank you, Altenew, for all the products. But see, this is so minimal and with a big bloom, but I thought I would also stamp lots of love and just see. You know, sometimes when you are creating a card, you just have to kind of see. And I kind of want to see what this looks like. So, let me grab some white cardstock. I'll turn the butt cam off and then just talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to look for my gouache. Ooh, why are you not here? I know, there it is. Found it. Okay. Gouache. Okay. I call it the butt cam because if I get up and you see my butt, I don't think that's appropriate. Like I'm monetized for, you know, what's the word? I'm a child-friendly channel, so I can't really, you know. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I'm just gonna try this. Anywho, I really like how this is looking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now that would be funny. That would be a great stamp set. Don't quit your live, Cathy. Watch where your mouse is. Okay. Okay, just stay there. Oh my gosh, do you get it? It's pretty good. Okay, I just have a little scrap here of white cardstock. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to stamp it and see, because sometimes, yeah, oh my gosh, that is really funny. I'm going to have to use that. Sometimes I just want to see what something else would look like. That's all. And I am a believer, by the way, this is the smaller stamp wheel. I have both. I think this is my opinion. If you're looking for a stamp wheel and you're interested because of all the things that you can do with it besides stamping, the bigger one is the way to go. You can do more technique-y things in it. If you are just a stamper, you might not need a bigger one. But this is my favorite. There is a trio of these. This is a product. This is one of, I have an idea for a video, and the video is called Unsung Heroes of the Craft Room. I have a note on my bulletin board that I should make this video because this is one of them. The eraser. Altenew makes a couple different kinds, but this is my favorite. I love it so much. It just gets your stamps primed. Now, you can use your fingers too. Those are generally attached to you, but that's just me. I really like this. Now, I am going to use a gold with this because I think it would be pretty. And first we're going to, all right, here we go. Thank you, Mitzi, for pointing out what that is. Wait till you see, it's going to be so pretty. Oh. And I might even be able to see if I end up using gold, this greeting, and by the way, this is anti-static powder, right? Then all I'm going to be doing, wait, how did I have this here? Then I'll use gold spatter with white, but if I don't end up using this, I'll use black. So this is clear embossing ink. I'm going to flip it. Oh, you know what? Let's go this way, Cathy. Thank you. That's why I have the dot up there so that I remember which way I'm going. Okay, get in there. I'm going to stamp this twice just for, you know, just for good measure. Okay. But yes, I love that eraser. It's my favorite. Altenew, please never stop making those because I love that eraser. All right. And they come in a 3-pack. All right. Let me get my little piece of paper that I like to use for embossing. Now you are good to go. I need this. I need this. I sound like the scene in the Jerk. I need this. And I need this. And I know some of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. You go down. I am going to add my powder. Did I get something? Oh, it'll be fine. Okay. Right there. And then this is antique gold, which is a really warm embossing powder. So it's going to have that less brassy look and just more warm. I love the handwriting look. This might be too big. I may not use this. But again, if you're working on a card, you know, make more than one thing. that's how you maximize your time in your craft space. Maybe you have a room like me. I'm pretty lucky to have an office that is also my craft room. Maybe you have a corner, but whatever you have, make the most of it and make a couple of things so that you have choices. Choices are great. All right, I'm going to use my little angled shader brush. Also, anything that I use today that I haven't listed, I will update my supply list following the live. I will also take pictures following the live, but unfortunately today I have a meeting, which is at 2 p.m. Central. I think I'm going to be good. I told my husband's like, when are you going to eat? I'm like, good question. Mama needs to be fed. I mean, all right, that looks pretty good. But I will be sure to have photos at some point today and updated supply lists. Let's heat this up, shall we? I always point it up and straight up. That way I don't burn anything like my camera. So just go straight up. Beth Weiss. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's melt the butter. There we go. There we go. All right. Ooh, shiny gold. Yes. And I need this. Okay, let's grab the die set for this, which should be right here. Again, I have a lot of things. That's one of the benefits of working in this store. I saw that Must Love Val's constantly quotes The Jerk. I do too. You know, it's funny. I watched The Jerk when I was a kid. Oh, also this Magnificent Magnolias, which I don't know if I linked. It also is part of the Keyhole system. So it gives you a die set, but then it comes with all these cute greetings. So again, love it. I mean, look at that set. Look at those blooms. I haven't made a card with this yet. So many things. Okay, let's get this. Oh. Yeah, I watched The Jerk when I was a kid, and it's one of my Steve Martin is like my comedy genesis. Like, he is the person that I think I learned everything from Steve Martin in terms of being funny. Yeah, that's me. Okay, I think this is the right one. So let me okay, I'm going to explain a little story to you about why I replace these magnetic things for my die cut machine, my electric machine. Because of this, it's now magnetized. But when it starts to get super cut, and I think I already got rid of it, it doesn't magnetize in the same way, and then I use a lot more tape. Now here, I'm still going to use tape because I'm a little weird. Let's get small. Thank you, Casey in California. Yes, let's get small. My parents had no idea the type of humor that I was listening to. They would have been aghast. But Steve Martin, comedy genius. Hi, Andy. All right, let's go like this. Oh, I just turned it off. Yes, Mindy, we love Murders in the Building. We love Steve. We love Marty. I call him Marty because Steve calls him Marty. And Selena. They're so charming, all of them together. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's really cute. I'm going to cut another one really quickly. And yeah. Oh my gosh, Beth, you saw him live? Oh, he hates these cans. I love this. Oh, I love The Jerk. Just cutting another one. Okay, let's glue these together for a little, well, okay, let's take a look. I feel like I'm torn. So hold on. You come back there. I think 2 will be enough, but here's what we need to look at. Oh, don't move those around yet, Kathy. Okay, let's pretend we didn't just do what we did. We'll be gluing these into position. I'm gonna love this so much. So here's the option. By the way, one of the things that Altenews been doing is putting tape inside the folders. So if you want to just take that and keep everything together in a big pocket, you can, which I kind of love. So we could go sending big hugs with black. That is very clean and very pretty. Now I haven't angled my floral bloom or done anything like that, but that is cool. Although if I use this, I keep this now by my desk, not because I'm obsessed with Copic markers, but because if I use something that I stamped and cut, and by the way, when I cut and stamped this, I used Altenew Obsidian ink, and it's so inky and black, but you still get that edge of cardstock that is white, because this is not, this was press plated onto white cardstock, because the one goes are press plates. All right, here we go. That just makes it look inky on all sides. Yeah, that looks good. But let's take a look, because here's the thing. What if I found a way to do lots of love? Oh, this is hard because it would be spattering with white and gold. What do we think? What do we think? Because see, my default is always to do that, but that is pretty. Oh, these little white magnets, these are magnetic lift wands. They are linked in my description. This is something that I asked Simon Says Stamp to start carrying. There was another company out there that was already doing this, but these are actually from the nail industry. They're used for making magnetic nail polish come together so you can create cat's eye manicures. But we created a nice white wand that has the magnets in it, and of course for picking up dies, phenomenal, phenomenal. I kind of like the lots of love. Because then I'm going to spatter gold and white. Yeah, I think it's cool. Okay, in that regard, and here, this is what I do with this. I just put this back in here. I have a lid for it, and I keep these sentiments in one of these little spellbinders, you know, little clamp things, and I just have it in a bin. Because that's what I like. But this, I think this is coming together. So let's lift this off. Let's do some more gluing. I keep losing my glue mat. I'm excited for the spatter. But yes, these wands, here's the thing. I hate digging for my dies. So whatever kind of die cut machine, you know, you just pick it up and pick it up. And I use this all the time. Also, I have to show you, I have these little square magnets for my glass board. I bought these for a different reason than I'm actually using now, but what I do is I'll just throw my, oh, you can't see that. I'll just throw it on. So it's always in my space. I have one on either side, which is why I link the 2-pack, because I think it's a good thing to do. All right, let's glue these together. Anne Marie, yes, I do. I update the list after the live stream. Beth and Emma always send me what I talked about, what I missed. And yes, because I want to make sure that if you want to shop, you have the option. The magnets are listed there now. I have a couple different templates that I use for my my lives and my videos in general, and they change depending on, you know, if it's a live stream or, because live streams, I have an idea going in, but I'm never 100% sure, because things can change. Like that's why I don't know if I have this linked. Wait, what should be my poll for next week, Andy? You should text me later and tell me what it was, because I missed your comment, but I pay attention. Oh, see, here's the thing. I am a spatterer now more than a splatterer. I will say both. I understand why people say what they say, but you know, what are you going to do? Okay. It's all dotted paint things to me. Okay, let's start arranging this. And we're going to start with, why don't I just take these off, take that off. And I'm going to do one here first. So I'm just going to glue a little glue on the back. I don't want it to be super aggressive at the top, because I kind of feel like I just want to go, let's get you over here, like right there. It's kind of whoop. And this can, yeah, this is going to be fine. This is going to be great like that. I think I'm going to stick another one overlapping. You know, I can look at the guide. Let's look at the guide. It is nice to see this, and it gives you, you know, a general, like, don't mess it up, Kath. You're doing great. Don't, you know, don't make the 11th hour go down in flames, because we don't want that to happen. You know, I think anything you can say whatever floats your crafty boat. Okay, you need to come down like that. There we go. I don't want it to go all the way off the card. There we go. See, this is why I think you need a bigger canvas for this, if you will. And for me, that canvas is, you know, probably is usually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I don't make larger cards very often. Oh, thanks, Jamie Rose. I like what I'm seeing. I hope this comes. There's more to come, and I think I'm even going to have time to have lunch before my meeting today. That's exciting, because Mama likes food. Clearly. Okay. Now let us look at our flowers again. This bad boy is down at the bottom. Now I might need some foam tape. I don't know, because there's so much going on. Let me grab my, okay. Oh, look it, getting down. This is I do have a backup roll of this, but this is this width and this depth, which I think is the 1/8. Is it the 1/8, Mitzi? I think it is. It's the 1 inch by this. I've been using it. I love it so much, but I want to make sure before I get too carried away. I want to see a little green there. I want to figure out that's going to slide in. Oh, yeah. And then this guy. So I feel like the first one to go down probably needs to be that one. So you have to work in layers, and I don't want to muck this up. So I'm just going to put some glue, and I think I'm going to put a little on that one too that's bent. But I'm focusing mostly just on the backmost layer, because I don't think you need to worry about the other layers, because giving your bloom a chance to kind of live and breathe is a pretty cool thing. And so I think I'm going to say under you like that. Oh, come on, there we go. That's what I want. You know, just it's kind of like that. And then press. Now, I just kind of do these as I feel them coming together. But here's the beauty about liquid glue. If I decide I want to come over like that more, I can. But I also kind of want this guy to come out. I don't know where I want that one to come out. It might come out up over here. And so before that glues, well, let's do it. You just say, all right, we're going to slip, slide, and shimmy like that. Okay. At this point, I can't go wrong. Now you are going to come on here. How are we doing? Yes, the billow. I was going to talk about the billowing peonies, but they have sold out. That was a really cool 50% off thing, and they have sold out, and that's a nice thing. It's a nice thing for Altenew. Okay, we're just going to do that. Maybe up a little like that. And then this last little guy is just, I think I needed to come down a little more with that, but it's going to be fine because I still need to think about my greeting. And so here's the other thing too. If you get to a point where you're like, oh, that's weird, why didn't I have more there? You can always just cover up the space with your bloom like that. Because I want a little more room over here for lots of love. And I feel like that's where my foam is going to come in. Okay. Let's get a little guy here. This has a nice thickness. So let's see. And so I want to give some clearance over here, but I'm not going to spatter with this on. I'm going to spatter with it off, and you'll see. Might need a tiny bit more. This is where too you can get a thinner tape. Hold on. Look at my bin of tape. See, I have some good backups, and there is a, yeah, do I want it to, hold on. I'm looking for something here. Okay. I actually have to pull one foam square that's actually thin from my stash, because this is going to be the perfect height. Yeah, see, that's gonna hold it up. Okay, now we spatter. And then I might do one more green coming out the side. So hold on. Oh, you know what? I better do that real quick. Hold on. Cardstock. It's always something. There you are. Okay. There you are. Okay, because I laid it out a little bit differently than I thought I was going to do it, I'm going to take one piece and cut it. So, and these are the things that you don't know until you get there, but you can always cut more. And that's what I'm going to do with this olive cardstock. I think that's good. Let me run that through real quick. And like that. Okay, we just need a little balance on the side. See, it will pick up that too. There we go. And I love that because, oh, look at that. These are the ones I want. These little guys. Save you for another rainy day. You go and you go. Kelly, thank you so much. You little sneaky Pete. Okay, and now, see, I can get a little more greenery. Oh, see, that little side didn't cut as well. And all I have to do is cut it so that it can be tucked in, and it will feel a little more balanced to have a little more green coming out. I like that. It actually looks like it's literally picking up from the base of this, even though that's what that is. You know, I mean, honestly, I could cut that, but I feel like this will be very nice like that. Okay. It just gives a little more to the side, and honestly, I could do another one overlapping if I felt. Let's see. Never say never until you get it all going. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why. I'm a gardener today. Okay. And we're still not done because we have to spatter and splatter. All right, you're coming in. This is another reason not to do, not to glue all the leaves flat down so that you can bring things in. Okay, let's get the best part of the day, the gouache. The gouache. Okay. So here's my box. I'm going to take Lots of Love off and move it there so that you don't get lost or spattered onto. Okay, moving some things. Also, thanks for being here today. I don't know what I've got planned for the rest of the week, but I will tell you there's a lot coming, and it's the world of Stamptember. Oh, this is coming together. And I'm going to be very busy for the next forever. Okay, I'm going to grab just like a round paintbrush. This is a number 4. And when you use the gouache, you need this water, you need the gouache. And here I am going to use white. So there's a whole thing now. Excuse me. Oh, I haven't even used this one yet. This is the inaugural. Oh, this is exciting. The one thing that is nice about this product, number 1, you don't need much. That's too much. I will tell you right now. It's very opaque. And this tube is going to last me forever. I will never have to reorder. I feel like this is a one and done. There's so much product in here. But we're going to wet it down, and we're going to wet our brush. Okay. And we're going to stir it around. Oh, I just saw someone mentioning sweet spells. Yes, I just, oh my goodness. Speaking of classes, the Cozy Comfort Retreat I'm teaching in September. I don't know how many of you are signed up for that. And that's going to be fun. I'm teaching 2 Scrapbooking Cards Today events. There's a lot going on. Okay, get ready to spatter. We always start off our card because, oh my gosh, it's literally hitting my shirt. Because we never know how much we're going to put on. This brush, though, oh, did you see that? I literally just got a huge globule. This is a great brush for this, though. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pick it up, pick up that paint, and I'm going to scrape it off. There we go. I just got it all over my hands. Totally fine. But this gives a really nice spatter. And honestly, I don't know if, and see how I'm kind of avoiding that side right there? I don't know if I'm going to do gold. Would you do gold? I have gold, not in gouache, but let me know what you think about gold, because the greening has gold, and I could do just the tiniest bit and channel my inner JC Gaspar. Do you all know who JC is? Because he's awesome. He's at work right now, and because he's a scientist. He's literally a scientist, and yet he makes the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. So do I like the gouache over the pigment? Yes, Andrea, I think that is one reason why gouache is so nice. It tends to be less opaque or more opaque. I hate the word opaque. It's like fiction and it's like nonfiction. It's not as see-through. Go for the gold? Okay, because here's the gold. I'm just going to shake this up. It's super... I don't think I'm going to add black. I think we're going to do this, but I probably will boop in the gold. Okay, what time is it? Oh, we're doing great. This is a card. Okay, I'm trying to get my pigments moved around. I love this stuff. Little Tim Holtz. Fossilized amber. It works really well. You can use the same paintbrush, just, you know, same one that I used for the white. And then I'll just do a few little gold spatters like that. It's not much, but it's enough to say I put some gold on my card, and there will be a little shine. That's all I'm going to do. Let me slide you out. And we're going to let that dry. Oh, it's looking good. Now, when I was a scrapbooker, I never did stuff like this. Card making makes me feel creative. And I was trying to explain what I do for a living to some people who are giving us a bid on redoing our garage. And because we're also going to replace some windows, all the windows in our house that was built in 1917, because damn. Anyway, but I was trying to explain to her what I did, and I said, the thing is, I said, even if I don't send a card, the joy I feel in making that card is kind of part of where the magic lies for me. I don't know. It's I know you know what I mean. It's hard to explain to people, but when you know, you know. Okay, so now, see, Lots of Love is just going to be right on that. Like, I feel like that's the placement. You know what I mean? And then I can put some pearls on here too. Oh, so fun. Is that? Yep, this is enough. And then to hold that down on the other side, I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Just like that. Tweezers. And again, I will remind you of the little promo that we've got going here from Altenew. Now here, I just want to make sure that with my placement, that it is purposefully offset. So it does I really want to make sure that people know I meant to do that. Okay, and that's a little thing. I want this to be right there. Purposefully offset, that is a thing. And we will do a little design review at the end. Now, what you see is you've got a little shine in there that will show up more, but let's add some pearls. Why not? Why not? I'm going to bring in a little pearl mix that I have. Oh, yeah, you know, it's fun. I love to send a card. It was actually very cute. My husband sent a card to one of my best friends who we are donating all of our old cassette tapes to. Not all of them, but the good ones. And it was just sweet. I don't know what he said to her, but I love that my hubby's like, let me write her a card. He didn't make one. I don't think he used one that I had designed, but still, it's just so sweet that, yeah. But the making, you know, I don't know. There's something about it. These little, okay, come here, pearls. I'm having some issues. The fact that you make something and you get to be this crafty, I don't know. It's what I love about card making. So I want to do, I need more. I need better. I need a better result of hoping that I find one that's upside down. There we go. Okay, let's put one here. Let's get a big one. Not you. Come here. Drop it. Drop it. Sound like I'm talking to my dog. I don't have a dog, but if I did, I would definitely tell him to drop it. Okay, get that there. Okay. Now, as I do this, I like to have the collection, you know, kind of like that. And then down here, we will put one little one and one medium one. And then we will do a design review. And then someone I will send this card to. I think it's really fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's boop it up. And if you are new to my channel, well, it's just a sound effect, people. That's all it is. You gotta have fun when you're crafting, and that is what we do. Okay, so a little glue. Ouch, my hand is sore today. Boop. I did something weird to my hand when I was moving into my closet. Boop. I dragged one of my IKEA units back because I thought it would look good. Boop. It didn't. And then when I was moving it out, I sandwiched my hand between the wall and the IKEA Calyx unit, the big one. It didn't feel good. Boop. It's still a little sore. And the boop. Ah. Okay. And that's our finished card project for today. I won't put anything on the inside because if I were sending this myself, I tend to be rather verbose as I write things. Where's my glue pen? And I can't find my glue pen. Oh my gosh, where did you go? There you are. But let's overlay and do a design review, shall we? Okay, where did you go? Huh, hold on. Things are always missing around. Oh no, here it is. We have almost made it through live with no technical issues and no problems. So let's lay this down. This is a piece of acetate that I printed onto laser or inkjet friendly acetate. I glued a 1/4 inch strip of cardstock on the top and bottom just to keep it flat when I'm using it. There is a link in my description. You can go to my blog and download the PDF and make one yourself if you like. It's very helpful when you are laying things out and thinking about where you're positioning things. It's a compositional grid. It's the rule of thirds grid, which is really a photography principle type of theory, but it really does work in any space. Space is space, so yeah, that's what I say. So here, as you can see, we've got the 9 quadrants, and down here in the lower third, we are anchoring our greeting right about where this intersecting line goes. Now, this is pretty exaggerated, but I kind of like that it's down here and it feels heavy and anchored at the bottom. We have the 2 opposing quadrants that both have our gold pearls. So we've got that little bit repeating from top to bottom. Also, gold embossing powder and a little gold spatter, right? We have our inks. Now, this is basically center weighted, but here with our little white spatter ink and the background here and the background here, that's a visual connection. And just in general, the repetition of the 3 flowers and the greenery, I think this is kind of the card that I always aspire to make. It's a bit of a feast for the eyes, and I would love to send it to one of you. So that finishes out the card, and I want to remind you again about the special that is going on now through August 22nd, and that is $10 off any order over $79. So again, there is a code CathyLive01. That information is over on my blog post. It's in the description, just if you forget it. But also, there is free shipping that ends today in the United States. So you get free shipping, you get $10 off. Hopefully that is something that, if some of you want to take advantage of that, I say do it. I say go for it. And yeah, I just made a card that has a lot of spatter. I'm very impressed with myself because, again, when I started spattering, I did not know what I was doing. I was nervous. I thought I'm going to mess it up. And what I have learned in the past, couple years of getting better with spattering, it's just paper. Have fun. Give it a go. If you completely ruin it, like I dropped a big globby there, it's no big deal. Like no one, you know what? It's going to dry. It's going to look great. And it's going to look like I meant to do that. So thanks everyone for being here. Again, I don't know what I have coming next. I really don't. But I loved this card today. I want to thank Altenew for sending me their August release and the other products that I used, and Mitzi just for being here in the chat. Also thanks to Nabil and Tasneem and Nicole and the team and May, who doesn't work there anymore, but is the person who got me hooked up with Altenew in the first place. Really grateful for the opportunity to work with all of you as well. So thank you. Yes, Amy. Amy's very proud of me, Deaf Sheltie Mom. I mean, I'm doing the splatter. I'm doing the splatter. Oh, I will close the poll today. Let's see what it says. It looks like 64% of you are elated that fall is coming. Let me tell you, I'm one of them. Cue the apple pies and the twilight marathons. That's what I'm all about. All right, everyone, I will get supply lists updated. I will take photos eventually and get them posted. And I just wanted to thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today for my live stream. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in checking out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.